from a purely pathological standpoint, medical pathological standpoint, it's an unarguable statement. There's no question that, in fact, it's an understatement. Alcohol is of course, alcohol is responsible for a huge number of deaths. It's involved in homicides, suicides, and all kinds of accidents, motor vehicular principally, as well as industrial and home. There's no question about it.
First of all, that argument, with that statement, was even made by President Obama, who said, you know, I don't believe that marijuana is any worse than alcohol. I don't remember exactly everything that he said, but we had a discussion here at the office, and I said, ironically, I agree with his statement, although not for the reasons I think that he would believe. Okay, so. Do I believe that marijuana is a dangerous substance? And I have concern of that being available to the general population, unregulated, unpoliced in that manner? Yes, of great concern. Because we as a society aren't very good self-regulators, and then I can trot out the example of alcohol as an example why. So alcohol is a legal substance. If I told you, or if I asked you, what do you think the #1 drug of abuse in this county is, what would you tell me?
Prescription pills?
Wrong. Alcohol. #1. Adolescent and adult. #1. Why? Because it's a legal substance.
And I get reports, you know, I do a lot of consultation work, hundreds of cases every year of all kinds, and they're wrongful death, they're homicide, got a whole bunch of motor vehicle, and these deaths are not due to marijuana. So if that's true, then you say to yourself, okay, so why don't we do this? Now then you go for your second argument, your buttressing, supporting argument, and that is the comparison of what is out there and what is legal. On the recreational side, you have alcohol. So, see, to me, it's a good, strong argument. It's a very legitimate one, very legitimate from a statistical standpoint. It may not be as strong, how do I want to put it, in terms of the ethical or moral thrust, because you might say, just because somebody does something, or there's something out there that poses a danger and it's permissible or so on, does that mean that we should have something else which may be less dangerous and make it permissible too? So that gets back to the point I made a moment ago, that marijuana is just not dangerous in that sense. The stronger argument to me is what's out there that's being prescribed. I should have a $100 bill in my wallet or a hair on my head for every prescription in America today that has been written, is being written in this country alone for Vicodin, oxycodone, oxymorphone, methadone, fentanyl, and so on, and then all of the tranquilizers, all of the barbiturates, all of the sedatives, all of the antidepressants, and all of the anxiolytics, the anti-anxiety drugs. You know, I'd be one of the richest men in the country and have hair that would go down to my ankles.
The model of, well, alcohol is a legal substance and it's so much worse, and then look at all the trouble that we have with alcohol. There are people that die from alcohol. So is that the argument that you want to use? We're going to use alcohol. Alcohol is legal, so of course we should legalize marijuana. I feel like that's such a skewed argument. Like, we invest all of this money in the treatment of the ills of society, not just drug and alcohol treatment, but the trouble that alcohol causes in our society, And then that's the model we want to replicate with marijuana for to what end? So that someone can, so that a state could tax it and we have some dollars to spend. We're going to end up spending a bunch of money in the long run to combat all of the ills related to it. Do you have any idea how many people get DUIs? Legal substance. And I'm not saying people that are under the age, people that are over the age.